That's a good takedown, guys. Look at him strip and drag. Look at that. God dog. There we go. I'm gonna reel down on him. I kind of feel like he's hit. God dog, he's taking off. There we go. So folks, I'm on the way to the Ohio. I've been kind of giving them a little bit, letting them spawn, and I haven't posted anything in a week or so. If this don't pan out, because it is a nasty day. If this don't pan out, I've got some other footage from the Missouri River and a couple other places that I went. Hopefully I can get out there. I've got a couple ideas how to keep the camera stuff dry. If it was just me, I would go ahead and fish. But the camera stuff, I don't know. This camera's supposed to be waterproof, but I don't know. But if not, then enjoy my Missouri River trip, and I will see y'all later. Well, folks, I'm out on the Missouri River. I was going to another boat ramp, and I studied the river last night around that boat ramp, but I went there and it was closed. So I had to go on upriver and find another boat ramp. Well, it ain't closed, but it ain't got no parking. So I parked by a sign that said, you can park here. So hopefully I ain't got no ticket whenever I get back. But I'm gonna get in here and try to look around and find some fish. I've never fished the Missouri much. It's quite a bit swifter than the Mississippi. So I'm gonna have to, I might bump a little bit in it today, but I'm gonna go on up through here and try to find some rock dikes and fish behind them until I get a feel of the river. It's the only place in my part of the country right now that it wasn't supposed to rain. I've done and got a log tangled up around my boat motor. I got it gone. But anyways, I'm gonna go look for some fish and see what we can find. Well, this is my first initial set, and I can't stress enough how boat positioning is crucial. So a lot of times in behind these dikes, the water's going about 4 different directions. I like to have everything going the same direction. So the fish that I seen on sonar was over here to the right, and it's like a big old tornado out there to the right. You can see the chunks and stuff. They're gonna get tangled up around my lines, but I've got poles throwed off in there. We're gonna see if they bite here, and if they do, we'll move the boat around a little bit. And if they don't, we'll go on to a different place. Like I said, these chunks are going to drive me insane. The only thing I know to do is just let them do their thing out there. That one just slid off my line. I don't feel like that one's going to slide off my line there on that middle pole. I'm gonna have to jack with it a little bit. I think it come off. And lots of times they'll come off. Well, I said it did. It's a nice day up here. Cloudy, but I like a cloudy day. I was gonna go to Kentucky and drag planer boards, but it's supposed to rain down there. So I looked at the nearest blue cat place
in my part of the territory, and I was like, well, I'm gonna go to the Missouri River. I ain't been there in a while. But like I said, the boat ramp that I was initially wanting to put in, they was working on it. So this boat ramp, I didn't study the river any around here, because I thought, well, I'll put in at that one that I was, and it's a big popular boat ramp. And I drove down there and the road was closed, and I asked old boy if I could put a boat in there, and he said, well, we're going to be working on it. So I took that as a no. Of course, while I was sitting there, a dump truck pulled in behind me and had to do some waving around and backing around, and I got it out of there without running over the dump truck. And then I got to this boat ramp. It's the next one upriver from the one that I was aiming to put in at. And it ain't got no parking. So I don't know why you'd have a boat ramp sitting there without no parking, but it does. I guess it ain't a very popular boat ramp. Probably because it ain't got no parking. I'm going to give them about 10, 15 minutes here. See what happens. So I was sitting there dodging limbs with my pole, and one about took it out of my hand. So that's a good sign. Don't feel like a very big fish. But you can see what my other poles are doing right now with this limbs. I do know this Missouri River is plumb full of flathead. And if I get a couple that'll weigh 10 pound or so today, I'm going to keep them. Maybe, I don't know. I don't want to drive 3 hours and clean fish neither. This is just a small, well, he's a pretty good size channel cat. He come off. That's a good thing. I don't have to jack with him. About a 4 or 5 pound channel cat. I haven't been here long, but also if we get another channel cat and not get no blues, then we're gonna go somewhere else, because I can catch channel cats without driving 3 hours. Well, folks, I'm tired of fighting these limbs and stuff that's going around in circles here. I might have should have went to the Mississippi with my umbrellas and everything like that and tried it. But I wanted to hit the Missouri. I had come up here one time last year, and it was kind of in the fall, and it was at flood stage, and I caught the fire out of big blues and flatheads. Well, tell me this ain't a neat kind of place to fish. So right out the back of the boat right there's 25 foot of water. It's just like a little chute going down into that big old drift down there. So hopefully this will provide for me. This is the kind of place that fish like to hang out. Now then, that being said, you never know. At least there ain't too many logs in here, but the ones that's in here is going to find my lines. All the logs that's in here is floated up down there on the bank. So if I was a fish, I would be laying right there in that deep thing, waiting on stuff to hit this rocks and die and roll off down through there at me. This Missouri River is kind of shallow compared to the Mississippi, even where I fish it, and I fish a shallow stretch of the Mississippi. The deepest water. This is actually the deepest water I've been in yet today. It's 25 foot. Even out there in the river channel, it averages about 14. And them fish might be in that river channel. Got me a bite. I'm gonna reel down on him. That was pretty quick. Oh, and he come off. When I was reeling on that fish, it was just plumb full of rocks down there. But hopefully my theory is correct. Like I said, this is a heck of a place in Theoretic. What it is a rock dike that blew out. I guess since they quit running barges up this Missouri River, they've kind of let these rock dikes go to pots. I think that's a word for it. But they're just sort of blowed out, unmaintained. So it's got a big old scour hole out there. And it's got a sandbar pushed up there. It's just a big mess right there in front of us. Like I said, hopefully it's a mess of fish in there. If I was a fish and I was hungry and I was in this stretch of river, right here's where I would be. Because you know there's stuff floating down through there, swimming or what have you, and it hits them rocks right there. And it kills it, and it rolls off down in there. So I was sitting there jacking around with something else and got another bite. Her right hand pole's kind of getting a bite. I think I'm gonna reel down on it because I kind of think he's on there. Well, you see what happened. I got down here and was fixing to reel down on him and he quit. There, he's kind of trying to hit it again. He's on there. At least we'll get to see what this is. It's not a very big fish. He's a fighting like crazy though. He's gotten down there and gotten into some brush. Another channel cat. Nice little old channel cat, male fish, dark. Well, I went through my poles and put big bait down there. They was all stripped. I was like, well, I just as well as to throw big bait in it. Like I said, I'm pretty confident in this place, but catching a channel cat makes me lose confidence. But them channels and blues sometimes hang out together. I've been catching a lot. That middle pole's already getting a bite. I've been catching a lot of channel cat here lately. I'm gonna reel down on him. I got it's a pretty good fish. If he don't get down there in that brush and them rocks. I think he's in my other line. Ain't a bad little old fish. It's a pretty stiff pole. Biggest one I've caught today. But he ain't no monster. He's fixing to come up. Another channel cat. Didn't think he was biting like a blue. And it ain't the biggest fish we've caught today. Your average size channel cat. About 4 pounds. I'm gonna throw one more big bait out there. It's good looking catfish. Throw one more big bait out there, and if I get another channel cat bite, we're gonna vacate the premises. But we can always, if we can't find nothing else, we can always come back here and catch a channel cat. I kind of think I've been hearing a boat. It looks like I had a bite while I was turning around looking for the boat. Wished I'd have seen it so I could tell what kind of fish it was. I think it's another channel cat. Well, I think he almost got a hold of it there. I don't know. Like I said, he's biting it like a channel cat. Man, this is just like the perfect place. I don't know why there ain't no blues in here. I mean, you got their home right there. You got this current washing through here, washing stuff through it. You got deep water. You got cover down there on the bottom. And like I said, them blues just might not be biting today. I think I've put bait in front of blue catfish today. I don't know how far I am from the truck. I think it's time to go home. It's 4 o'clock on the button. Time I get the boat loaded and everything, it's gonna be about dark time I get home.